My third suggestion, focus on the whole system and its interconnectedness. It's good to have a clear goal, to walk the path with confidence and purpose, but it's also important to look around you and notice the goals of others who walk beside you. Because there are a lot of problems, and each one overlaps with the next. They all affect one another. Let me give you one example. An important problem people focus on is overfishing. But to focus exclusively on fishermen or the companies that employ them underestimates the complexity and interconnectedness of the problem. In fact, the depletion of fishing grounds is also affected by government subsidies given for industrial trawling, and it's affected by the destruction of coral reefs, which is in turn driven by ocean acidification. And there are many more aspects to this complex problem. If we want to help fishing communities and make fishing sustainable, we must look at the whole web of problems and how they connect to each other, not just the individual challenges. In real-world problems, very rarely is there a silver bullet. Pushing in just one place in a complex web of problems is unlikely to do much more than just move the problem around. At the BEZOS Earth Fund, we're working with others to monitor 50 key transitions that need to happen in order for us to address climate, nature, and development. These include phasing out the internal combustion engine, decarbonizing steel and cement, raising food crop yields, as well as making them more resilient, reducing food loss, and empowering indigenous communities to manage their tropical forests. For each of these factors, we tried to identify how close they are to positive tipping points, and what are the barriers that we could perhaps help remove in order to cross these tipping points, whether that means investing in research or running a pilot project, doing public policy design, or monitoring and transparency. These obstacles require new ways of thinking and acting. Some in policy circles call this systems thinking. All aspects of the problem must make progress simultaneously. My final piece of advice, be curious, explore, invent, redefine the impossible. Look at any breakthrough in human progress, universal childhood immunization, the microchip, renewable energy. They all happened because a group of innovators refused to accept the status quo. The path was rarely easy, and there were many obstacles along the way. Even well-meaning people would whisper, "This will never work." But work it did. Often, you must not follow a path, but forge a new one. Space exploration is an example of forging a brand new path. When Neil Armstrong stepped on the surface of the moon, he redefined the impossible. As a 5-year-old boy, I was one of the many people who got to watch that moment. I spent my childhood watching Star Trek, making models, and turning the garage into a laboratory for all kinds of contraptions. I was determined early on to build a path to space. Some people ask me why? Why invest so much into space when there are so many problems to be solved on Earth? Investing in space will help preserve the Earth. Our motto at Blue Origin is for the benefit of Earth. We go to space not to abandon our home, but to protect it. Consider energy. In space, the sun always shines, and we can collect energy in almost unlimited amounts. Energy and other resources can be harvested and used in space without harming the Earth. Earth is a garden that should be tended. Blue Origin's long-term goal is to move all polluting industry off Earth. That path is long, and we won't see its end in my lifetime. Somebody else will have to pick up that torch. But for my part, I would like to do everything I can to build a road to space so that whoever comes next has an easier time than I did. And as this journey progresses, we will find things that we do not expect. Curiosity is an invaluable trait. It allows us to make discoveries that we didn't even know were there to be discovered. Curiosity enabled Copernicus to show us our place in the universe, Newton to explain gravity, Curie to open our eyes to the atom. They were dreamers and explorers. They forged a brand new path for builders to walk upon. Builders who used the dreamers' discoveries to change the world. So my final point, our human challenges are big, but walking side by side, working always together, our human capacity to solve them is even bigger. Don't lose faith, and never, ever let anyone tell you it's impossible. Thank you all so much.